Second from Senator Dotson. And discussion on the motion, Senator Letting. Wait a minute. What? Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just again want to reiterate that there's bipartisan agreement that the bill should not pass as it's written. And to Senator Chesterfield's point, again, while we have all full faith in the House, once the Senate sends it to the House, it'll be up to the House to see to it that the things the Senate wants fixed are addressed. So I just want to make sure that's clear before we vote on this. And as to the opposing something at the expense of my comfort, I'm a Democrat in Arkansas. I haven't been comfortable in quite some time, but thank you.
Well, I think that's fair, and 2/3 of our kids across Arkansas can't read, and the system has been failing, and we are state leaders, and we need to be here to address those failings and to support our teachers and invest in public schools, and that's exactly what this bill does, regardless of whatever other narrative people are putting out there. That's the truth about this bill.
So what is, do I hear, wait, we have a motion, oh, we have, sorry.
On the motion, once
Yes.
the motion has been made.
The motion. Okay,
Thank you so much. I do believe that there are excellent parts of this bill. Parts of this bill that I could support in a heartbeat if they were separate parts of this bill. But they're not. And for me to sit here and vote to end fair dismissal in a society that has not been fair would, for me, be disingenuous. And to quote someone else, change for the sake of change does not always result in progress. And while I'm a big advocate of leaving your comfort zone, too much change can result in confusion, disorganization, and a lack of competence. And I think when you shove a bill down our throats and say, take it or leave it, in less than 48 hours, it is causing confusion, disorganization, and lack of competence. I didn't have the opportunity to be a part of any of the discussion groups that took place. And I find that rather surprising since I'm the only educator on this committee. But it does not matter. Let me move on past that. I believe that teachers should receive a $50,000 floor salary. But I believe that teachers who are experienced ought to have in place a salary schedule that recognizes their education and recognizes their experience. That is not in this bill. For all of the other great things, those two will preclude, and I don't believe in public money necessarily going to private education that is not held to the same standard that public education is. And people continue to tell me this bill is about public education. Public education has not had a huge increase. This is a big increase because of specific things. But the pie is still the pie. And we keep slicing it up and sending more and more money out of public education and expect public education to be successful. Little Rock schools have lost so many schools. And the more schools they lose, the more resources they lose, the less able they are to be successful. So I ask that you think about it. I believe in change. Change is necessary for life, but change for the sake of change can also lead to the same confusion and disorganization that I think this bill leads to. I would urge a no vote. I know that's not going to happen. I thank Secretary Oliva. I thank Ms. Davis for her hard work, and I thank the members of the committee and the chair for indulging me in my conversation.
Senator Hammer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to vote yes for this, but I want to put this out in public because I want it to be on record that it has been commented today how gracious the governor has been to work with various people and to be accessible to various people to come and visit with her. And for that, I'm very appreciative. But this is also our first test of a new administration with the Senate and with the House, both of which are controlled by Republican majority. This is a opportunity to build trust in the future. Personally, I would have liked for this to have been put out there. We've had good discussion today. I think that the discussion is going to continue. I've heard people say that they haven't had time to read the bill, but yet they sit at the table and they've written speeches and they've given comments that would indicate that they have read the bill, that they have gone in depth, or They have been in private groups or in the conversation in the hallways or whatever the case may be. So there is a level of comprehension of what the bill does, maybe not down deep in the weeds, but to the administration, I would like to share this, that this is the one opportunity to build trust between the House and the Senate, because we as the Senate are about to turn over, if this gets voted off the floor tomorrow, with great trust that the House is going to recognize the amendments that have been recognized today. And if these things are not addressed, and if some of these critical things like the Fair Teacher Dismissal Act are not included in that, it is going to be a long future as far as that trust having been violated. And I want that on the record, that it is to be understood that we as the Senate, in what we're about to do if this vote's out of here, that there's a great level of trust that has to be respected and has to be honored. And if not, it will not be a fun future for us this session or for the remainder of the time. And with that, I will be voting in favor of this bill so we can continue the discussion, receive feedback from our various entities that have already communicated on this bill. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator Dotson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this bill, it's obviously an education bill, an education reform bill. Is it about teacher salaries? Yes. Is it about parents? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, this is about students and the future of our state. The definition of insanity is doing what you've always done and expecting a different result. This is a bold new direction for education in our state, and it's long past time. I support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we've had a motion and a second and a discussion. And so what is the will? All of the, if you're in favor, specify by saying aye. Aye. If you're opposed, nay. Thank you. I believe the ayes have it. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, folks, for all of this. It's been a long day. Appreciate everybody having all the patience. But I think it's been very productive, and I certainly appreciate everybody here who has come to offer their thoughts and ideas.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for fairness and what you have conducted.
Thank you.